I don't know where I'm going. We're going this place for year upon year upon year. We're going to the trailer park where the Catholic supply killer lived when he got arrested. And yes, he is a case I will be covering when I drop my podcast. I kind of wanted to debut with him, but also I'm waiting to see if there is going to be any communication from his end. I reached out for good reason. I spoke to police. I have gone over it a million times in my head. The police thing kind of verified it for me. Yes, they do think I was one of the people that he was not stalking, but watching, keeping an eye. I don't know. His car was in my trailer park a couple times. For his home invasion, I thought Greg had somebody tailing me. I know that sounds crazy, but he would do that, have people keep eyes on me because he was an obsessive husband. So I thought that was him until they showed the dash cam footage of the Catholic spy killer before his killing thing in between the home invasion and the killing, when they pulled him over and they should have arrested him for drunk driving and they didn't, but oh my god, hold on. Sorry, my bra was sticking in my boob. When I saw the dash cam footage, that was a vehicle that I had seen multiple times behind me when I thought Greg was having like somebody tail me. And I took it to the police. I couldn't believe it. And they were like, yeah, so it's very possible. I was like, oh my god. So I reached out to him because I want to know if he was. Because I delivered food to him. Well, anyway, I haven't gotten anything back yet. There's no like reports on this shit, so I don't even know if it went through, if he's out. Nothing. I'm going to reach out one more time, and then I'm going to go on my way with that. But we're going to the trailer park that he was living in when he was arrested, Jefferson County. There's not a lot on YouTube that has covered that case, at least podcast-wise. There's, the news clips and news stories. I do want to focus on victims. I do. There's a backpack right here at this red light, and I'm tempted to, it was like a purse or a backpack or something. It was a backpack. If I had a passenger, if it was car, I'd open the door and get that backpack. If there's money in it. I'll be coming out this way multiple times tonight for delivery, so I'm sure if it's there again, I'll try to grab it. Try to be in that lane or something. Anyway. It's probably empty. Who knows? I don't know why it's sitting there like that. Anyway, it's weird. There's not a lot of, podcasts and whatnot that covered it. And I feel like, time has elapsed. Time has passed. Not a lot. A few years. I'd say, under 3 or 4 years, maybe? I just feel like I didn't know the family, and I feel like it's probably best that I not approach it. We're not killed, but we're sexually assaulted at gunpoint, and assaulted and sexually assaulted. There has not ever been a release of who they were. Social media was quiet. People knew who they were on social media. They were quiet about it. So I feel like, the last thing I want to do is expose them, and I also don't want to go looking for them because they obviously don't want to be looked for. So I don't want to, I try. Oh my God. It's fuck you, Kyle. That's right, he don't know me. He don't know me in this car. Oh my God. Okay, he's gone. Hi. Eva Martins, how are you? But yeah, so that's why I'm not going to, I'm not going to deep dive on that case very much, just because, they wanted to be found. They would have come out by now on social media. And they may have, and I just may not have come across it, but I doubt it. Especially, what are we doing? Okay, sorry, my car was not wanting to ship. But especially the alerts I have set up on social media and things like that, I would think I would have known about it. Yeah, I don't have TikTok on my phone. You know, I don't even know my account is, so I can tell you damn sure. It's been like 3 or 4 months since I've gone there. But I still have things set up, so if there is something about it on TikTok and Instagram, I don't have Instagram on my phone. I'm never on Facebook. But I still have it set up, so if there is something about it, it notifies me, and I can go from there. I just haven't seen anything. And, you know, if they were to come out and say that, I would think it's set up to get a notification. I've tested it a couple times with a few things, and it's worked, so I'm not going to go... Sorry. I'm not going to... Jesus Christ. Fucking curl. Okay. I'm not going to go looking for them, because they obviously don't want to deal with it in a public way. And they never did any news interviews. They never did anything. Hello. They never did anything publicly that. So. And really, neither has the victim that he killed, neither has her family. Like, they did at first, but they were still very just private about it. I feel like, you know, some people, one is a victim of crime, and they become very loud and very present activists, or just in general are very, you know, that's how they grieve, and they get right into it with anyone that will listen. And I'm not knocking that at all. That just wasn't this family. That just wasn't this family. If they were loud or advocated, or did, you know, or just in general, if they came out with about anything with it publicly, it was on circuits that I am not on. It was on social media that I don't know if it was in a community I'm not aware of. The one person that has come out and talked about this case, probably more than the victims, more than the killer, is his wife. And that's interesting. And she was coming out about it like recently. I want to say like a year after it happened, she was with the news talking about it. Because I think it came out, or 2 years maybe, a couple of years, just recently, but it was like a year ago that it came out, and I just found it recently. But she did come out and talk a lot about it. And I don't know if that's like her healing, or her trying to grasp it, or maybe she feels like she has to apologize or explain or make sense of it for other people. I don't know. But the wife, definitely, his wife came out and spoke the most publicly about it. Like, she does like motivational speakings about it. She goes to churches about it and talks about it, and she goes to the news and talks about it, and good for her. You know, if she finds something in that, I hope she does. I don't know. I just feel like she's, I don't know. I feel like she's almost doing it for the wrong reasons. Like, there's an obligation of sorts that she feels she has to meet or something. I don't know. I know she definitely, when she does it, has a very religious, fundamentalistic, or foundation to it. It's always in a church sector, church setting, and when she would do the media one, she would talk about how she would talk about a church, or how it related into religion, how, you know, I think I can pull over again. No, I think it's Muslim. I'm tempted to reach out to her, just because I think she would respond. Now, what would I say? What would I don't know. I do have 99 fucking questions, and all of them are what the fuck. All of them are what the motherfucking fuck. But a few of them are a little more than that. When I finish, I gotta kill this live stream. I'll come back while here. My carburetor wants me to update it. I'm not doing it, I guess. I don't know. Okay, let's go by the Catholic spot here. Hold on. I'm gonna get this. That was cool. He's like, you're not doing it for free. I said, sometimes I am. I just like to drive. up. Oh, I didn't put that in the right spot. Yeah, I did. Okay, we'll take it. I'll take it like I take a dick. I'll take all of it, baby. Let's go see the Catholic Spy Killer's house. Old house. Because, I mean, why not? I actually should, I guess I could record this later, like, take the snippet out of here. I may not be able to go down the street, because it is, I don't really, I don't, but I feel like sometimes I do. So, let's see, we're just gonna, right? Okay. So it'll be on the right, on the side, it'll be this gray double wide with the flag. From what I understand, she's moved. I don't know if that's factual or not. I would assume she did move, but here, let's go right here. Not very long way ahead. And they came from, where did they come from? Michigan, I think. But I know that there was ties to Indiana, and he had like the bridge on that. No, he ain't a bridge guy either, and he wasn't the guy who killed them, but whatever. He was a scapegoat, that's what he was. But there is a case of a woman in the military. She was killed while in the military on base. She was murdered. They are tying him to that, but from what I understand, there's just not enough evidence to charge him. Plus, he's in for life. But there's just, the evidence isn't there. But they think from what I gather, most of the people, the detectives, the departments involved in that are saying, yeah, there's a good chance it was him, but there's just not enough to hit him with a charge. Because they don't want to, I don't know. You never want to charge something his family out there that gave up tough time. But yeah, so into consideration. I just feel like when a victim's parents or the right loved ones pass away, I feel like it's kind of, if their case is cold or unsolved, I just feel like the motivation to solve it kind of dies with them. Not saying there's no motivation. I just feel like when their loudest person, their biggest advocates for getting the case off passes away, there's nobody there to like fire under anyone's ass after that. And I feel like people that yelled the loudest for her case to be solved, they're probably not here anymore. So they're probably not a big interest to spend time, money, and resources on the case. It's like the cold case out of New Orleans. I deal with. I couldn't even say I'm working it anymore because it's unworkable. It's unsolvable. Well, pause. It's solvable. There will never be any legal ramifications for the person who did it. The person who did come and confess today, it wouldn't matter. They don't have enough to, other than a confession, I don't think that they would end up charging anybody. I don't even think they have enough evidence to prove that it was, to prove if somebody came in and confessed to prove their confession was valid. Nothing compared to. So anyway, not much. But like that case, it's in New Orleans, and that was at the time when New Orleans was the number one, murder city in the U.S., the number one murder capital of the world, I think, for a hot minute. There's a lot of corruption going on there before Katrina, so, but everything since, all the evidence is destroyed in Katrina except for a very small amount, which ain't shit. So there's just, like, getting hold of the cold case guy on it was on his caseload. I mean, I think they probably had to assign it to somebody when I started calling about it, honestly. There's just not time and resources. And there were never any advocates in that case, too. There were advocates, I never found them. There were never any voices saying we want justice. So when there's no one there to light a fire under somebody's ass, there's no fires that get lit. I feel like that's kind of the case with this one that Thomas Bruce is tied to. There's just no asses to light a fire under. There's nobody to light the fire under asses, and quite frankly, I don't know if there's asses to light a fire under. For all I know, that could be a whole other can of Pandora's worms. It could have been a different situation, a higher up ranking official in the military that did, when there was this kind of cover up that keeps it cold and unsolved, and that's the way they want it or whatever. I'm not a scapegoat per se, but ruffling those feathers just may not be advisable or whatever. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, that was his house. That's where he was arrested. And I've watched his wife's interview a couple times, and I'm still just like, I don't know. It's just so weird to me that he was completely normal to her before that day, before he left that day, on the way home. The only thing that raised any eyebrows was he said there was a shooting, and this time it was in West County, and she said we just moved here, but we were used to shootings and city and just another shooting, whatever. But she said he specifically brought it up to her. But I mean, I don't know. That was it. How many cars he got there? Anyway, he brought it up to her, and that was it. Just. They were together. They were, social and doing things, and he moved here for the church thing. I mean, he just seems like he was a shady individual to begin with, but to think that this was his first murder, I can't. It wasn't his first sexual assault. We know that now because he assaulted the elderly woman right down the road from my house. A home invasion. Got his way in the home and was sexually assaulting her, was going to, something like that. But her husband just happened to come home at the right time, and he got away, and she got away with her life. I don't know. I have so many questions to ask him. I hope he would just back out. I hope he's willing to answer my questions, even if he doesn't agree to let me talk about it in the podcast. So I'm going to ask. I mean, shit. Probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. I mean, this ain't no expose fucking incognito fuck shit. So, okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe it shouldn't be.